Hello, bonjour, hello tout le monde, bonjour, bonjour. Happy Frenchy Friday! Happy Frenchy Friday. How is everyone? Say hello as you come on. Happy Friday the 13th, Frenchy Friday, and we have lesson 113 today. So how special is that? Elisa, good morning. Good evening. Happy today. Happy French Friday. I'm glad you arrived safely from your road trip. How are we feeling? How are we feeling? Friday the 13th, December the 13th, about to step into lesson 113. So as we open, really allowing a moment of stillness. Closing our eyes, feeling into the present, allowing a sensual breath if that feels good to you. Father, Mother, God, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. We come together today in gratitude, in oneness, in celebration of the truth, recognition of joy, of light, of love. And we ask that today we hear your guidance, asking what you would like us to do, where you would like us to go, what you would have us to say, and to whom. This or something even better for the highest good of all concerned. Amen. Ilsa's running all sorts of things. But we got a Frenchy Friday vibe, so we're good. All right, if you are new watching this with me live or with in the replay, let me know. Say hello. Let me know you're here. And some of you have been peeking out on the sidelines, which is beautiful as well. So say hello. Let us celebrate each other as we come into this space. Our review for yesterday was light and joy and peace abide in me. I am as God created me. I am as God created me. I am as God created me. This one's one of my favorites. I am as God created me. Even with the neck rolls, even with the gray hair, even with all of it. All of it, right, Dave?
That's it. Everything, every bit of it.
Every bit of it. Every bit of it. Every bit of it. All the changes that we go through in all ways. Physical, emotional. I am as God created me. It's not just I am as God created me when things change on the outside. When you get angry, when something doesn't go the way that you desire it to go, when you act out of accordance with your truth, I am as God created me. Really, not as a bypass, not as, oh, who cares, it doesn't matter, not flippant, doesn't matter what I do, I'm still as God created me, as a real, true claiming and ownership. I am as God created me. I agree. The neck rolls are really difficult. I agree. Funny side note, I want to share something with you. So, because this is Chic 365, Elegant Femme's Guide to A Course in Miracle, we talk about things perhaps a little differently than other people might talk about anything. Christmas tree in my hair because I just turned on the Christmas tree lights when crawled under the tree. We talk about things a little bit differently, right? We talk about the integration of the physical and the spiritual. And I'm not saying that, right, just like the Course says, there is more than one way to growth and evolution and spirituality and to the remembering. Inside of Elegant Femme, we really infuse beauty as a means to spirituality. And for me, at least at this point, still on my journey, it's not about forgetting the external. It's not about forgetting the body and just ignoring it, which I know some people think is or feel or are aligned with, which again, it's perfect for everybody. For me, something that really still resonates with me is honoring the physical. And sometimes it can be challenging, right? As we do change, as things change. So for me, getting Botox or doing the things that I might be called to do, I don't feel like it's a bad thing. I don't feel like it's a bad thing. I don't feel like it makes me not spiritual. Actually, I have a lot of clients inside of Elegant Femme that will say, you're the only person I can talk to about this. I'm getting a tummy tuck and I'm a spiritual woman. And can you help me integrate this? Can you help me get to this point? Right? I have clients that will have those conversations with me. I'm afraid of doing this physical thing. I'm afraid of what does it mean about me if I fly first class or I do this or I do, right? What does it mean? How do we integrate this? How do we honor this? Okay, and not make it bad at all. In fact, make it a beautiful part of expression. So what I wanted to share is I was really looking at doing something about this. And I had a conversation with Dave and I was like, this is really bothering me. I'd like to, do maybe let's see. So I went to a doctor here, a plastic surgeon here in the States, and he was like, yeah, totally, like, we can do it. Here's the bill. And I was like, okay. And I was just getting this feeling like, I want to go to see a doctor in France. So I did a lot of research. I found a doctor I really, really like. I was on his waiting list for like 6 months. And an appointment opened up and I went to see him. Loved him. And he was like, yeah, I'm not touching you. It's too early. It's too early. It was fascinating to me. He's like, keep doing like your skincare, keep doing your treatments. If you want to do radio frequency, like it might tighten it a little bit, but it's too early. Again, it's just really fascinating to me. The French idea and expression of beauty, of not overdone versus, it was interesting. It's just interesting. And I actually really appreciate it. He's like, come see me later. Like later, after, later, just later. Wait, just wait. Wait. It's like if we do it now, you'll see some results, but you'll have to repeat it in 5 years. And it's too early. It's too early. Interesting. No? I thought it was really interesting. So we're not doing anything yet. We're going to wait. We're going to reevaluate. We're going to wait. But it can be hard. It can be hard. The back rolls are fun too. Oh yeah. We're going to have a whole fun Frenchy integration conversation. I know. Pilates has been great for me. But can we love ourselves anyway? This is the integration, right? Can we love ourselves no matter what? No matter what, and still, if we want to, have a change or an enhancement. That's the beautiful discernment, right? Not, oh my God, I have to do something because I don't like myself, because there's something wrong with me, because I'm not good enough, because I'm not beautiful, versus, don't really love that expression, reflection. I feel called to do something. Do you know what I mean? There's a difference, but we do need to pay. I for myself, and I believe all of you resonate, like I need to pay attention to that. Like, where is it coming from? Where am I residing in? Am I residing in a misidentification that I am my body and therefore I have to change something about my body in order to love myself? Or am I in the identification of I am a soul having a physical experience? And if there's something that in the physical, I'm like, I'd love this reflection. This would be fun. Versus I have to change something about me because I'm not lovable. That's different. That's very, very different. Very different and very important for us all to recognize, especially as we mature in the world and to each other, woman to woman, that we can see each other as more beautiful every day, no matter what. And if one of us wants to do something as an enhancement, as a reflection, that we cheer each other on, that we don't make each other wrong. We have enough integration to do inside of our own, right? Without pointing fingers at each other. So, okay, what's the lesson for today? It's a topic I'm very passionate about. I think it's a big one. I don't think enough women are talking about it. And I think it's part of what I can bring and share as I continue to grow. I've been online now since I was like in my early 30s. Early 30s, like 30, 31. I'm going to be 49. I've been through a bunch of changes, a bunch, live. It's not always easy. It's not. And we can come into a space like this where we get to say, yeah, it's not. It can be hard, the physical changes. And I know who I am. And I love myself no matter what. And it can still be hard. And maybe I want to get the Botox. Maybe I want to get the facelift. Maybe I want to get the neck lift. Maybe I want to get the tummy tuck. And I'm still spiritual. And that's okay. Doesn't make me wrong or bad. Okay? Aw, Allison, thank you. I feel like that, actually. Thank you, Allison. You've reflected that to me a couple of times. And I actually feel that for myself. I have to remind myself sometimes of that, but I do feel that in my heart. And I feel that for all of us. We get more and more beautiful every day. Beauty isn't something we lose. Beauty is something we embody. We get to remember that. All right, gorgeous ladies, as we're infusing beauty as a means of spirituality inside of Elegant Femme. That's what we stand for. Let us see, lesson 113 today. So yesterday, like I said, light and joy and peace abide in me. I am as God created me. Lesson 113. I am one self united with my Creator. I am one self united with my Creator. Serenity and perfect peace are mine because I am one self, completely whole, at one with all creation and with God. The second half of the lesson, salvation comes from my one self. From my one self, whose knowledge still remains within my mind, I see God's perfect plan for my salvation perfectly fulfilled. Perfectly fulfilled. Our part, our unique message, our unique expression, whatever it might be, our part. Can we say yes to our part? And can we continue to say yes to our part as we grow, as we evolve, as we have the success, as we have the failure, as we have the redirect, the course correct, I think I'm done, right? This was my experience. I'm done. I'm done with this coaching. I'm done. God's like, yeah. Oh, man. No, you're not. You're done. I'm not done. You're just getting started. We're just getting started. Yeah? Your unique way that you're called to share your light in the world. And honoring that continued surrender of that. Your way. God's way. God's way through you. God's way through you uniquely. Yeah? That's the yes. That's the continued yes. On the hour, I am one self, united with my Creator. And on the half hour, salvation comes from my one self. I see God's perfect plan for my salvation perfectly fulfilled. God, What would you have me do? Where would you have me go? What would you have me say? And to whom? One of the things that we get to really be open to when God is leading us, as God leads us, as we hear and allow, is this discernment. And we've talked about this once before, where I find, especially at these kinds of levels, the ego can be so sneaky, so subtle, and we can compartmentalize what we think is good, just like we were talking about in the beginning of this conversation. Plastic surgery is bad. Botox is bad. That means you're not spiritual. That means you don't love yourself. We have a tendency in our ego to compartmentalize something is good, something is bad, something is spiritual, something is not spiritual. And the ego is very, very sneaky in that when you have a vision, you have a calling, you have a heartfelt desire, that the ego is like, oh yeah, you think you're so cool? You think you're so good? You think you're so special? You think that you need to fly first class? You think that you need to talk about beauty and fashion? Like, why don't you just, go live in an ashram? That would make you spiritual. So watch the little sneaky parts of the ego. If you've ever had that fear inside of like, where is this coming from? Is this coming from my ego, or is this coming from God's will? Especially if it's something like a big dream that seems that you might hear inside, like, who do you think you are? Who do you think you are to do this? Watch those, okay? In my experience, that's where we get to allow the ego to move out of the way and prioritize God's plan for our salvation, which might look different than what you thought. It's okay. It's a beautiful thing. And it might look exactly the same as what you desire in your heart. It does, by the way. And the ego can have a really funny time playing with that. Who do you think you are? What makes you so special? Those ones. All right, beauties. Happy Frenchy Friday. Enjoy this gorgeous, gorgeous day. Enjoy the surrender inside. Enjoy your lessons on the hour, on the half hour. And let's just close with a moment of stillness, a moment of silence, of grace, surrender, and compassion. Thank you for being here with me today. I love you. I will see you back on Monday. And we will have, I don't know what it's going to be yet. We'll have a little bit of a different Christmas schedule. I'm praying about it a bit. So I will let you know. But right now we're on schedule. See you on Monday. Have a beautiful integration weekend. Enjoy. Enjoy. Beauty as a way to deeper spirituality. That's what Elegant Femme stands for. Enjoy it. Let all the beauty in. Play. Be in a space of joy, of light, of love, of laughter. Do something fun, crazy, childlike. Cut out snowflakes. Bake cookies. Wrap presents. Go sleigh riding. Sing Christmas carols. Dance in the kitchen. Do something fun. So fun that perceivingly in your intellectual mind has no value. Kiss underneath the mistletoe. Snuggle in a blanket. Do those things, yeah? All right. I love you. Mwah. See you Monday.